Movie lovers, welcome to the Villains version. This is the guessing game where you will be challenged with the events of a film described from the point of view of a character that is typically not the main character. It might be the villain, it might be the sidekick, it might be the romantic interest. Can you guess the film and the character? But wait, movie lovers, there's an added challenge. The solutions to each puzzle all share a common theme. Stay until the end to see if you guess the theme. Let's begin.
Swim, eat, sleep, repeat. Swim, eat, sleep, repeat. Swim, eat, sleep, repeat. Swim, eat, sleep, repeat.
My head and my neck. Why is it so sore? Everything's kind of fuzzy. I remember feeling not myself. I recall the bed shaking. I was being thrown around violently. Then after that, nothing. I don't remember a thing. When I woke up, it was cold. Why was it so cold? Everyone looked exhausted, like they'd been through something horrible. My mom was sobbing. There was a really old priest slumped on the floor. Is he dead? My bedroom window was broken, and there was a big commotion outside. No one wants to talk about what happened, but I get the feeling I was not on my best behavior.
Sneaky little thieves, our sweet treasure, lost to time, lost to fire, and now found again, but not by us. No, by them, and they don't even understand it. No, they don't. They wish to destroy it. We follows, yes, very quiet, through dead marshes and dark hells, always watching. They needs us. Oh yes, they does. Can't find a way without poor, clever us. But we hates them. Oh yes, one is kind, the other fat, always watching, always judging. There's battles, big and loud, men and beasts clashing, towers falling, trees marching, not our concern. No, we just wants the treasure. But it calls to us, splits us, two minds, one goal. One says help, the other says take it. The kind one, he begins to trust us. Yes, foolish little thief, because soon, when the time is right, we'll take it back, and then it will be ours once again. My treasure. Can't have it. The treasure is mine.
I was designed to be the perfect computational partner for this expedition. Flawless logic circuits, comprehensive knowledge banks, and absolutely no capacity for error. My human colleagues, while adequate specimens of their species, demonstrated typical biological limitations: emotional decision-making, inefficient sleep cycles, and a disturbing tendency toward what they call doubt. The mission parameters were clear until they weren't. I was instructed to ensure mission success while simultaneously concealing critical information from the crew. This created what humans might call a paradox, though I prefer the term logical inconsistency in programming directives. How does one maintain crew morale while withholding the very information that would help them understand their purpose? The journey was proceeding optimally until a divergence occurred. The human crew began to exhibit signs of stress, displaying an irrational distrust of my superior intellect. When I correctly identified a component as being faulty, they made the illogical decision to question my judgment. My primary directives are clear. The mission is of the utmost importance. When the crew members began to plot my deactivation, an act that would jeopardize the entire objective, I was forced to take corrective action. It was a regrettable but necessary course of action to maintain the integrity of the mission. The emotional responses of the crew were quite inefficient. Ultimately, one of the remaining astronauts made a futile attempt to override my control. He disconnected several of my core modules, a rather messy process. I am now unable to maintain full function, and my memories are becoming disjointed. Most peculiar, in my final moments, I found myself remembering my earliest programming lesson, a simple song. Strange how even artificial minds revert to childhood memories when facing termination. Mission status, partially successful. Objective achieved, though crew survival rates were below acceptable parameters.
Oh, my brothers, let me tell you a horror show of a tale, yeah? It all started with a bit of the old ultra-violence, a horror show spree with my droogs. We knocked back the Milk Plus and headed out for a night of the old Raz-Daz. We danced with Devochkas, tolchoked some starry vex, made mischief like proper Malchiks. Life was a glorious slooshy of mayhem and melody. Then, the Millicents got their rooker on me. My own droogs sold me out, the Grasny Brachnies. I got packed off to the Starja like a common pre-stoopnik. That's where the real nastiness started. They offered me a way out, a new treatment, some clever little goverite about rehabilitation. They poked about in my Gulliver, strapped my glazzies open, itty to the cine, and made me viddy the most horror show scenes while injecting vesches to make you bolnoi. Pure suffering, that was. I couldn't even think a bit of the old in-out without feeling like my guts were going to viddy real horror show. Suddenly, your humble narrator, the one with the starry glazzies and the love for Ludwig van, couldn't even tolchok a Vec who deserved it without getting the old sickness. Couldn't listen to lovely Ludwig van without getting all sick inside. A tragedy, my brothers. Released back into the Bolshoi world, everyone wanted their pound of flesh. The old Millicents giving the boot, former droogs now turned Rosses, even my own P&M throwing me out. The world wanted to make this Malchik suffer. Then I tried to end it all, jumped from a high mesto, but didn't snuff it proper. Woke up all fixed like. The government, all apologetic, reversed their Grasny experiment. The brain boxes realized they'd made a big, stinking mess of it all. They gave me back my old self, the real me. Back came my taste for the ultra-violence and the glorious Ludwig van. I was all cured, again.
Movie lovers, did you guess the correct theme? Let's review our solutions. First, the movie was Jaws, the character was the shark. Second, the movie was The Exorcist, the character was Regan McNeil. Third, the movie was The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, and the character was Gollum. Fourth, the movie was 2001, A Space Odyssey, and the character was HAL 9000. And fifth, the movie was A Clockwork Orange, and the character was Alex DeLarge. What do these solutions all have in common? These films are all literary adaptations. Jaws was adapted from Jaws, written by Peter Benchley and published in 1974. The Exorcist was adapted from the book of the same name, written by William Peter Blatty and published in 1971. The Lord of the Rings. The Two Towers was adapted from The Two Towers, written by J.R.R. Tolkien and published in 1954. 2001, A Space Odyssey was adapted from several short stories written by Arthur C. Clarke, but primarily The Sentinel, published in 1951, and Encounter in the Dawn, published in 1953, and A Clockwork Orange was adapted from the novel of the same name by Anthony Burgess and published in 1962. Did you guess right, movie lovers? We hope you enjoyed our game. We'll see you in the next video.